This is TradeFlow News, bringing you relevant news and insights from around the world. TradeFlow News, enabling trade for SMEs and economies worldwide.
These are some of the key topics that we will be looking into in today's program.
First, let's take a look at the overnight headlines which are impacting the commodity markets.
Russian natural gas exports via pipelines to the European Union countries have jumped by 24% in the first half of the year from the same period in 2023, according to a July report published by the Gas Exporting Countries Forum, GECF. It did not provide the volumes. Russia is a part of the GECF, sometimes dubbed the Gas OPEC, which accounts for more than two-thirds of global natural gas reserves. GECF said pipeline gas imports by the EU from Russia and Azerbaijan have been higher in each month of 2024, compared with the corresponding months in 2023.
Oil prices dipped on Tuesday on worries of a slowing Chinese economy crimping demand, and despite a growing consensus the US Federal Reserve could begin cutting its key interest rate as soon as September. Brent futures were down 67 cents, or 0.8%, to $84.18 a barrel by 0811 GMT, while US West Texas Intermediate crude fell 72 cents, or 0.9%, to $81.19. The weaker Chinese economic data cast some doubts on whether market participants are being overly optimistic regarding China's oil demand outlook, IG market strategist Yip Junrong wrote in an email.
Moving on to the top news in the energy sector.
China plans to cut carbon emissions in its coal power industry by piloting the firing of power plants using coal mixed with either green ammonia or biomass, as well as by carbon capture, utilization and storage. Carbon-intensive coal power continues to be the primary source of energy in the world's top energy consumer, though the government is working to develop renewable energy supplies. The new approaches were listed in a government plan issued jointly by the National Development and Reform Commission and the National Energy Administration.
Russia might decide to reinstate a gasoline export ban from August should there be supply shortages on the domestic fuel market, Deputy Prime Minister Alexander Novak told reporters on Monday. He said the domestic fuel market had been stable so far, but there had been some difficulties with a popular gasoline, the I-95 grade, which were being dealt with. If the situation gets tense, we will not extend the waiver for gasoline exports, Novak said. Russia's Federal Anti-Monopoly Agency said on Friday it wanted to reinstate the gasoline export ban from August 1 to help meet fuel demand during harvesting season and to safeguard price stability. Next, we have the top news in metal markets. India's 4-week platinum imports from mid-June eclipsed 2023's total as bullion dealers exploited a loophole by registering alloys containing around 90% gold as platinum to avoid higher duties, government and industry officials told Reuters. In that time frame, dealers cleared 13 metric tons of these metal consignments valued at around $1 billion from customs, compared to total platinum imports of 9.97 metric tons in 2023, said a government official who declined to be named as he wasn't authorized to speak to media. This masking was possible because of a government rule on classifying platinum which states that an alloy containing 2% or more, by weight, of platinum is to be treated as an alloy of platinum, the official said.
Copper prices fell on Tuesday as weak economic data from top consumer China and rising inventories in most global warehouses pressured demand outlook for the metal. 3-month copper on the London Metal Exchange, LME, fell 0.8% to $9,723.50 per metric ton by 0810 GMT, while the most traded August copper contract on the Shanghai Futures Exchange closed down 0.5% at 79,280 yuan. $10,911.09 a ton. Copper inventories in LME-approved warehouses, COMEX warehouses, bonded warehouses in China as well as warehouses designated by the Shanghai International Energy Exchange increased so far in July, pointing to weak demand.
We will now look at the top news in the agricultural sector.
Asian wheat buyers have stepped up purchases in recent weeks, taking cargoes from the Black Sea region as they return to the market after a long gap, drawn by a fall in global prices to their lowest in 4 months. Regional millers producing flour and animal feed have signed deals to buy close to 1 million metric tons of wheat to be shipped from Bulgaria, Russia, Romania and Ukraine during August to September, according to two Singapore-based traders. Millers have been active. We have seen good demand as prices have dropped significantly, said one of the traders. Black Sea wheat is in good demand for milling, as well as animal feed.
That is all for today's news on commodity markets. Stay tuned to TradeFlow News as we continue to provide you with more updates. We also invite you to follow us on Twitter at TradeFlow News, which allows you to watch our program on your mobile device or desktop to receive information from there.